We're gonna come here because they want to play and they want to win.
Philly. I just
Like two chicken fillets, two fillets. Jay, two Chick-fil-A's.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What's up, guys? We're back for episode number 42 of the Big Cat Chat podcast. I said that last time. It was episode 41. It's episode 42 now. I got it right. Please shut up. We got past that point. But we're
no
back.
one's talking, bro. No one even knew.
How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing alright, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, about to graduate, so it's good stuff. I mean, it's like 2 weeks away, but I only have like 3 days actual left.
You going to prom? You gonna go to prom soon?
Yeah, Saturday actually.
Lame. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Okay.
Should be a blasty blast, bro.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
No, I'm be the two. I'm chaperoning.
What?
Just kidding.
Bro, you're like 3. Wait, how many states away is Virginia?
I don't know.
Oh,
Like 3 or 4.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. All right. Anyways, let's get into it. The draft happened. It's no longer draft season. Actually, in all reality, it is draft season all season. So it's 2023 season.
We grinding film right now, son.
I know. I was watching some this morning. Paris Johnson Jr. can't
Trash.
run block worth a damn. I'm just kidding. Yes, he can.
Ohio State trash.
It was just a bad game. But I digress. I've said that like 4 times in the past couple sentences.
But I digress.
Oh my gosh. But let's go ahead and just get straight into it. So, first question. I mean, who won the draft?
Jaguars.
Hell yeah. But on a real note, it's probably between like 3 teams for me. It's between the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Jets. The Lions are there too.
The Giants did a good job.
The Giants did a good job in the first round, but
That's all that matters, dude.
I feel like they reached so much on like 10 picks after the. They
At
took
the end of the day.
Wandale in the second round, bro.
Well, it's because they're trading your boy KT, bro.
Trading KT and going to Wandale Robinson is a cataclysmic mistake.
Yeah. Lions did really good.
It's definitely between those 4 teams because the Lions got my favorite receiver, second favorite receiver in the class.
Getting Aiden, Jamo, and then
Pascal.
Josh Pascal, bro.
And they got some other ball players, man.
That linebacker, Malcolm Rodriguez, he was
I know.
like
He was a steal. Like he's small, but
he's a baller.
He can play ball.
He was like, people were calling him like a poor man's Nakobe Dean.
Exactly. That's exactly what he is. He's a poor man's Nakobe Dean. Speaking of Nakobe Dean, he might have been to some people the steal of the draft. He went in like the 3rd round, was it?
Chad Muma clears.
Chad Muma, yeah, we'll talk about him more in a bit. But yeah, I mean, who was the biggest reach of day one, and why is it Cole Strange?
It could be It could be him. It could also be Tyler Smith.
Yeah, Tyler Smith was also there. I had Tyler. Cole Strange was the biggest reach to me.
Yeah.
But Tyler Smith was like a big reach as well. I don't think he's ready to play yet.
So you're saying was Cole Strange was a strange pick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've said it for months now. The Patriots got all the credit for the Patriots' success last year, like in the draft, free agency and stuff. It went to Bill Belichick. The credit should go to Dave Ziegler.
We know.
Like,
all right, I get it. Like that meme.
I don't need to keep repeating it, but I will anyways because it keeps coming up. But Bill Belichick does not know what he's doing when it comes to the draft.
That's that video Brian always sends to the chat. All right, I get it.
It's ironic because we could send that about him a couple times.
I don't have it. Or I would send it, but I don't have it.
I don't have it either. Oh man, but yeah, the Patriots are the Patriots. Jerry Jones leaked their draft board. Like he leaked their draft board just to prove that they had Tyler Smith graded over Zion Johnson, and like so basically he just wanted to prove that they're idiots.
Yeah.
Who do you think was probably the biggest draft steal as a whole? Off the top of your head. Darian Kennard in the 5th round is nuts to me.
Aiden Hutchinson at number 2, pretty big steal. Biggest steal in the whole draft.
Darian Kennard in the 5th. Salyer in the 6th.
Salyer in the 6th. Yeah, that was crazy. That I mean, it was a couple. I can't think of them off the top
Kobe
of my
Dean
head.
in the third. Like he had
At
some
mid-third,
injury stuff.
at that.
Mid-third, yeah.
Or late third, actually.
Yeah,
He was like he was in the 80s, wasn't he?
something like that. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so like mid to late third.
I mean,
Injury concern there.
Tyler Linderbaum fell to 25.
Oh, well, some people thought he was going to fall out of the first round completely. So
Yeah, depends on where you value him.
Devin Lloyd at 27.
Devin Lloyd at 27.
He's a top 15 player to me in the class.
Top 12 to me.
Well, yeah, 12 is in top 15, so shut up.
I had to specify.
He was top 15, but he wasn't 15
He wasn't 14 either.
or 13. Was he
He was
12?
12. Yes.
I know DeLugo had him as a top 10 player.
I know. I mean,
I mean, most people, I feel like, had him.
a lot of
at
people were
least.
over. I feel like a lot of people were overthinking him late in the draft process because he's 24.
Because he ran a 4.66.
I mean, even a 4.66 isn't.
I
bad.
know, but when he tested, some people were all of a sudden people were like, I don't know.
Yeah, look at 9.9 something RAS.
Quay Walker.
Dude, Quay Walker was also one of the biggest reaches in the draft.
I agree.
Sean and I were going crazy in the group chat. Well, Sean left the group chat. It was like just us individually DMing. We went crazy when we saw Quay Walker go off the board. We were like, hallelujah, Balky can't do it.
Yeah, I had to leave, man, because I'm spoilers.
Yeah, I know. I was ignoring the chat as well. I mean, they spoiled Kyer Elam to me, and I didn't even look in the group chat.
Because they added you?
No. I thought you said they added me. They tagged me, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw I got tagged by Brian, I was like...
You knew.
It's because I said to Sean, I was like, Kyer Elam here, please, please, please. And then I get tagged by Brian 2 seconds later, and I'm like...
King spoiler, Brian. And then we'll cry when you spoil him.
I know, he cries when we spoil, and he says the exact same stuff that we do. It's like, oh, I don't care if you're not saying what actually happened. You're still saying something. It's like, you do the same thing every Sunday.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
That's what he always does. He always goes, oh my God!
I know, and then it's like, thanks, Brian. We know something's happening now. Goodness, bro.
That's why I just got out of the chat, bro.
I know.
Turn the phone, click it, turn it face down.
That's what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to ignore that chat because you and I were pretty much around the same length.
Yeah.
Because we're both always behind. So that's what I do now. We just talk to ourselves in a DM instead of the group chat.
Yep.
I like to react still and be like, see how everybody else is crazy.
It's hard to react when you know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
But yeah, I feel you, dog.
Yeah. Catch this slander, Brian.
He won't watch it anyway. He's not a real one.
Yeah.
Even though he was on the damn podcast.
Our group chat is fake. None of them watch. You're all hoes. You're all hobos as well.
Jaguars outside linebacker coach Bill Shuey talked to the media today.
You know who isn't a hoe and who isn't a hobo?
No.
Our guy Patrick. He's a real
Patrick's the GOAT, bro.
Facts. All right. This one made me really happy. The Titans traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles for number 18, which they took Traylon Burks, who unironically is the best comparison to A.J. Brown.
I hope he sucks.
and a fourth rounder. So the Titans massively downgraded.
I hope Traylon Burks is terrible.
I mean, so do I, obviously. I
hope everything that everyone was saying about when he tested poorly comes to fruition. I hope he is a slightly faster Laquan Treadwell.
Oh my goodness. Cook him.
That's what I hope he is.
Dude, I cannot believe A.J. Brown actually got traded. Everybody was expecting Debo to get traded. And everything about A.J. Brown was them saying, we're not trading A.J. Brown. We're not doing that. We're going to sign him. So then A.J. Brown gets traded and Debo doesn't get traded.
Yeah.
Their Titans also took Malik Willis in the 3rd round. Speaking of that, all the quarterbacks that everybody was expecting, like Desmond Ridder to go 1st round, Malik Willis top 10.
Malik Willis top 5. Some people were saying 2 to Detroit.
Even people thinking Matt Corral is going to go 1st round. I mean, all these guys. The best quarterback, Kenny Pickett went 20, like we said he would, and then no other quarterback got touched until the 3rd round.
You know why? Because we
know
ball.
Like, come on. It's like I said, literally Kenny Pickett is the only guy that I could truly see actually having a decent chance of succeeding.
Especially with Pittsburgh.
I could see other guys having success too. It's just I don't see it being very likely. And
I think
of
Matt
course,
Corral sucks.
I think so too, bruh.
He was bad in 2020.
Sean was watching some Snoop Connor. We'll talk more about him later. Tape, and he came across the infamous Matt Corral game.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy sucks.
I watched that game while I was watching Elijah Moore last year, and I'm not even gonna lie. I have a slight bias against Matt Corral for making me watch that game last year.
Yeah.
Like he has like 6 interceptions, and it should have been like 9 or 10.
He reminds me of like, and it's gonna be funny how I transition this. He reminds me of a faster Baker Mayfield with like a slightly worse arm, like accuracy wise. So basically, he's Johnny Manziel. It's basically who he is.
I mean, not to be that guy, but we're gonna talk about why Matt Corral apparently fell in the draft. Johnny
Why did he?
Manziel.
Why did he fall in the draft?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, you go ahead, man. You talk about it.
Nah, I think I'm just gonna skip it.
All right, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That's a bad joke. Oh man. But yeah, I think all the quarterbacks stink except Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett got George Pickens too, bro. Dude is Deontay Johnson. Kenny Pickett throwing to Kenny Pickett?
Yep.
He has George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Claypool, like
Fryermuth.
Najee Harris. Like outside of the offensive line, I mean, bro, he's
The Pickett to Pickens connection. Pickett to Pickens.
I mean, you saw how George Pickens looked when he got drafted.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God. He was off my draft board after that. Hey, you're gonna need to send a new meeting, bro.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in like a second.
Yes.
All right, we're back, guys.
You think that slipped in there?
Do what?
Do you think what I said slipped in after you recorded?
I don't think so.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, and I won't even know because I'm not gonna look at it in the editing. So if you guys heard something, congratulations.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's biology.
Let's just keep it. Let's keep it moving. Another trade that kind of surprised me and everybody else. The Ravens traded Marquis Brown to Arizona for pick number 23. It was a straight up. There might have been some other stuff, but I don't remember. So
I was surprised that they traded him until he came out and was like, "Yo, I requested it," and then I was also surprised that they got a first rounder for him.
I know. Think about this. AJ Brown got pick 18 and a fourth. Marquise Brown got pick 23.
Yeah, seems like Arizona probably should have tried to get AJ Brown.
Probably
should have threw in 23 and a third.
Probably, man. But hey, I mean, Marquise Brown, he's Kyler Murray's former teammate. They're homies.
Best thing about both those trades is it takes those two receivers and throws them to the NFC.
Yep. I mean, I'm just glad the Titans got worse, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I could honestly see if Matt Ryan plays well, I could see him winning. I could see the Colts winning the division. I think we could I don't think any matchup this year against a division rival is a guaranteed loss, except for when we go to Indy, because
when we go to Nashville.
When we go to Nashville, I'm talking like we're not gonna. I don't think we're guaranteed to get swept by anybody. Is my whole point.
I think we'll talk about it later, but I think our defense is going to be stout.
I think so too. I mean, obviously we can beat Indianapolis because we could win one game and beat Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I think Houston. I mean, Houston owns us, but we can hypothetically beat them. And then Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's that crazy this year. So.
Yep, we'll see.
I mean, they're either rocking with Tannehill or Malik Willis, and either way,
I ain't scared.
I'm not scared, bro. I hope Tannehill messes up and gets benched, and we get to see a Malik Willis start before year 3.
It's gonna be 10 sacks, baby.
10 sacks, 3 interceptions.
He'll get benched and over and Tannehill back in.
He might get one crazy throw off to Traylon Burks or something, sure, but everything else that game gonna be crazy, man.
How's Traylon Burks gonna get open?
That's true. Traylon Burks can't separate, dude.
It's the no-fly zone, bro. We got going on. All of our corners are faster than him.
Malik Willis ain't gonna have time to pass, dude.
That and like I said, never mind. It's all hypothetical.
Derrick Henry's going to be in a knee brace at the end of the game, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I digress. Oh. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, Marquise Brown back with his teammate. Did you see Lamar? Lamar was like, "What?" Because I remember Ravens fans were saying we should trade Marquise Brown earlier in the offseason, and Lamar said no.
Right.
And then it's like the Ravens are like, "Yes."
You don't make those calls, buddy. Now, before you say the next thing, jump to the next thing instead, because it piggybacks off of what we just talked about.
Oh, yeah.
So talk about the hot news instead of the next thing.
DeAndre Hopkins is being suspended for the first 6 games of 2022, the regular season, for violating the league's PED policy.
Now it makes sense.
So DeAndre Hopkins is a druggie.
Well, now it makes sense why they went and traded for Marquise Brown.
Yeah, I mean, they needed a receiver anyways because they lost Christian Kirk.
Apparently, he's not gonna try to fight it, or he was going to, but then he pulled back his.
Pulled it.
Yeah, so he's like, guilty.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah. Oh well. Sucks to be him.
Yeah. Apparently, of course, they did this. They did the classic. We have no idea how this happened. We're gonna look through everything that he's taken to see how.
Right. He's very mindful about what he puts into his body,
he's
including
a druggie, bro.
steroids.
He's a druggie now.
I hate to see it.
The Saints and Tyrann Mathieu officially reached an agreement on a 3-year, $33 million contract, including $18 million fully guaranteed. So Tyrann Mathieu goes back to his home roots.
That's actually like a really big contract for a post-draft free agency signing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the market for a hot minute.
Usually he's worth it. So I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, usually you don't see like big deals done for free agents after the draft.
Think about this. They got Tyrann Mathieu and Marcus May as their 2 safeties. And Gardner Johnson in the nickel.
I'm just glad they're in the NFC.
And Marcus Lattimore at outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got arrested for
I ain't got to worry about it. We don't play them, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we do either. But yeah, that's all our main NFL news. Now, it's been a hot minute since we've done this, but we got a Hidden Gems interview with an undrafted free agent signing by the Jaguars, Shabari Davis, cornerback, DB out of southeastern Missouri, kick return, punt returns. You'll hear all about it, but we got him on the podcast, so we're going to go ahead and send you guys into that interview right now. What's up, guys? We're back for another episode or another segment of Hidden Gems. It's been a minute, but we're back, so I'm going to let Sean open it up.
All right, guys. Today we got Southeast Missouri State standout corner Shabari Davis. Just got signed to the Jags as an undrafted free agent. Shabari, if you just don't mind giving us a background on yourself, tell us a little bit about your journey so far.
Yes, sir. I'm Shabari Davis, cornerback, return for Southeast Missouri. I'm from Garden City, Georgia, south of Georgia. I went to Groves High School. I played probably every position in high school. It was pretty tough getting recruited out of high school. I was thankful to receive a junior college scholarship the last month of school. I went to Garden City JUCO in Kansas. My second year there, we won the national championship. I played with a lot of kids that's in the NFL right now. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play my 2 years because I was still underdeveloped, trying to find a position I could play at. I still was thankful enough to receive a scholarship to Southeast Missouri. So that was my only scholarship as well. So I went there as a cornerback, and I ended up starting my first year and starting punt return and kick return. And I had a good enough career there, and I got an opportunity to sign with the Jaguars.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, watch some tape because I think you posted it. Some tape on YouTube.
Yep.
Lot of good special team stuff, and that's
Definitely.
what matters for guys down the depth chart to start. Got to start on special teams, putting full effort in as a gunner. So
definitely got to value special teams.
All right, so I'm gonna start it with first question: what fires you up to keep going and striving for more?
Definitely. I have always set like a goal for myself, and I'm really self-motivated. And it's just like I know what I'm capable of doing. I grind all day, and it's like I want to be in life, and I know what I have to do to get there. I mean, I don't want to end up like people where I'm from, and I want to just go back home and just work a regular 9 to 5. I mean, my dream was to go to the NFL, and I just knew what I had to do to get to the NFL, and I just had to achieve those goals.
Nice.
Right, yeah.
Do you have any pregame rituals, anything like that?
I'm not one of those guys. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I don't. But I just know I'm just the guy that just know when it's game time, it's game time. I mean, I treat practice just like a game. I mean, I go into practice with the same mentality I go into the game.
Facts. What's on the playlist?
I like what people don't know. Sometimes I listen to R&B. I just like to calm my mind. Sometimes I might listen to some crunk music to get my head banging, but I just like chill music like Lil Baby, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne.
Gotcha.
It's just I'm a variety type of guy. I listen to anything.
I feel you.
Yeah, variety. That's the best way to go. Depends on the day. All right. So, what made you choose your number? Was it random, or do you have any particular meaning behind the number you chose?
To be honest, I'm not even a number guy. Like when I went to SEMO, I just was like thankful for the opportunity. Like I'd take any number you guys would give me. So gave me a list of numbers. Okay, do you want this? And I just picked 24.
It's a good number.
Yeah, I'll wear. You want me to wear 100? As long as I'm just hey.
Wear number 84 out wide.
Yep. I'll wear anything.
All right. What are some things they like to do, like hobby wise?
Actually, on my free time, I cut hair.
Really?
Yep. I like to make music as well, but I love cutting hair. Yeah, I've been cutting hair since I've been there. I started cutting my own hair when I was in 7th grade, and I just went with it ever since then.
Hell yeah, man! Save some money doing that.
Yeah.
Do you cut your teammates' hair frequently?
Like basically the whole school. When I was in college, like started at JUCO, I was cutting everybody, and I just went to Southeast Missouri just doing the same thing.
That's awesome.
That's a way to become people's favorite person.
Definitely. A lot of relationships that way too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Who was the most impactful person for you during your football career from Pop Warner to college?
I would say easily Coach Jeffrey Sims. He was my head coach at junior college. He just helped me out with a lot, just being a man, showing me how life really works, the business way and personal way. Just watching him handle stuff, it just taught me a lot. Like coming from high school, transition from high school to college, and what made me transition to a man quickly is I was very far from home, and it's like I couldn't go home all the time. So it's like I was by myself, and it's like a lot of things I had to do on my own. And like he helped me out a lot with that and just showed me a lot of things.
This was up. Did you do any athletic testing, like 40s, times, verts, anything like that?
Yes.
Do you mind disclosing the numbers?
Yes, my vertical was a 39. My broad was 11 feet. Fastest 40 I ran was a 4.5 flat. I benched it 11 times. I don't remember the 3-cone and the shuttle. I don't remember those, but I was kind of unhappy with my 40 because if you watch my film, I'm very fast. Like I never got caught running.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen on some of your interception returns.
Yeah,
you were scooting.
I was kind of confused myself on my 40. I'm like, I know I'm fast. Like 4.5 is fast, but like I know I'm pretty fast. But I was kind of unhappy with my 40, and I ain't wanted the coaches to think I'm just like a regular speed guy because I'm really fast on the football field. Like I always been the fastest on my team, any team I played for, and it's just like I just felt like I let myself down on my 40-yard dash.
Game speed shows up on tape. So.
Hey, the 40. I mean the vert and the broad, man. That's some explosive numbers, though.
Yeah, yes, sir. I played basketball my whole life. I mean, I won a lot of dunk contests. I could jump pretty high. I did high jump in track, so I'm a good jumper.
Yeah, usually those show pretty good explosiveness, and explosiveness usually translates to pretty good speed too. So, all right. I don't know exactly because you've been in a lot of different levels, but what's the toughest receiver you've ever played against, if you can remember any of their names?
Uh, I would have to say, well, one dude from my school, Christian Wilkerson, he played for the Patriots right now. He was one of the toughest receivers. Daniel Davis, he went to junior college with me. Dante Silencia, he had a free agent deal with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if with them. And Avante Cox, a dude from Southern Illinois. Those was the best receivers I played.
What made those matchups difficult for you, or if they were difficult?
Some guys, as I game plan and watch film throughout the week, like some teams that have the short, fast guys out wide, and I wouldn't get that. And sometimes, I mean, realistically, I know a short guy on the dude like me, like realistically, you're not gonna do a lot of fade balls. So it's like a lot of dudes like to do the inside release, just drag, just running the whole time, might get you tired. One week you might play a big dude, and and those dudes, what I'm trying to say, those dudes really had it all. Like they weren't just one receiver. They could be a speed guy, a possession guy with the ball. They could catch real good. They could run routes real good. And it's rarely you find a receiver who could do all those things. So going into the game or going into practice, you have to really like see how you're going to play these guys.
Facts. How would you describe your play style?
I would say most likely I'm a gamer. I could change the game. I know how to play with your head, make you think I'm doing this, but the whole time I'm doing this will help me out with that. I'm good with knowing situationals. I played quarterback my whole life. Like I just wasn't the best athlete on the team playing quarterback. Like I was a legit quarterback. So what reading, what situations, what down the distance it is, third down, the ball is on the other side of the hash. This receiver is right here. Like I could eliminate what I think he could do just with me playing offense. I know the type plays I would run during this situation, or just watching film and watching if this guy's shorting down, he gonna do an out, or he gonna drag across the field, or he might do a quick slant. It's just like I'm very smart on the field. I'm good with processing like 2 seconds before the play. I make big plays when it's time to make big plays. And I mean, throughout my whole career, like I was just a game changer. I always changed the game with big plays.
You ready to give Trevor Lawrence a run for his money at quarterback?
Definitely.
I mean, who better to have to compete against?
Definitely a great quarterback.
All right, you speak about changing the game. Well, what's your most memorable play in your career? Like, was it a specific interception? Like maybe you ended a game on an interception or something like that. What's the most memorable play?
Starting my first college game, I had got an interception against Kansas. I would never forget that. And I'll never forget my first touchdown. I ran a punt return back against Murray State. And then I would say also we were tied up with a team going against. The next game was the game that we had to play against, that if we would have won conference championship. But the game before we were losing, and then we came back. It was 14-14 going into halftime, and I returned the opening kick return to start the third quarter, and that was pretty big for us because we went on a run after that, and we ended up blowing them out.
Have you talked to Jamal Agnew yet?
No, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you're a good kick returner, good punt returner. So Jamal Agnew is again another one of the best people to learn from. So, but you're excited to meet him.
Definitely ready to learn from him.
Yeah. What did it feel like? You weren't highly recruited out of high school. You went to JUCO, didn't play for 2 years, and in your first game you get an interception. What did that feel like for you? Like, what were some emotions going through your head?
Man, I was excited. Like the crowd, what got me too, the crowd, the game was packed out, and it's like I never played a game in a big crowd. My high school, we really had a good crowd. Junior college, that crowd's kind of small, so it's like going to my first ever college game, playing against a crowd like that and catching my first interception. I mean, I was just shocked for the rest of the whole day, and I finally got my opportunity to play college football, and then on this level right here. So I mean,
Right.
no matter what it FBS, FCS, man, I just treated it all the same, and I definitely was just grateful to just be able to play.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get to play at guaranteed in the preseason games, and crowds are even bigger there, and that's just for the preseason. So
yeah, I'm ready for that.
all right, how do you think you fit with the Jaguars specifically?
To be honest with you, my goal is just go in and just show them I can contribute wherever they need me. I'm one of those type guys. Like, I'm not hoping to go in just telling them what I want to do. I'm a player that just to do whatever they tell me to do. I'm just grateful to even be having the opportunity to play in the NFL. And I mean, I could play anywhere on the field needed, like any special teams or whatever you need me doing defense, like I could do it. So I'm just going in with the mindset to prove myself first and showing what I can do, showing I'm worthy of making a 53-man roster and just playing wherever needed to help the team win.
Do you like playing special teams?
Definitely love special teams. I played every single special team in my whole college career, but they tried to limit me on reps my last year because I never got off the field on defense. So the only special teams I played my last year was I started punt return and kick return.
Did you ever lay any big hits?
Do I lay big hits?
Have you ever laid any big hits?
Definitely. Definitely.
Need that.
Definitely, yeah. I'm a big hitter now.
I mean, that's where the fun is.
Definitely.
All right. What was your biggest focus during the draft process?
Just mainly just to trust the process, just to not think so much on it, just like waiting on the phone call every day. I mean, realistically, you would know where you stand throughout the whole process, whether you're a day 1, day 2, day 3 guy. And just the main thing with me, like, I'm very realistic with myself in life, and that would help me get to where I'm at today. And I just knew I was a day 3 guy. I wasn't hoping to get drafted, but that would have been a blessing. But I just knew I was going to be able to get my opportunity. So then my agent was real good with communicating with me, telling me how things go, because I was new to everything. But I just knew I was gonna get an opportunity. I didn't care what type of opportunity was it, but I was just trusting God, just trusting the process, and just trusting my agent. And then he just eventually called me with that call, like, "Hey, you're going to Jacksonville." And man, I was just shocked. I was just in one spot, shocked for like 20 minutes, just overwhelmed. Like, I finally did it. All this hard work finally paid off.
Yeah, man, you finally you achieved your dream.
Definitely.
At least getting the call. That's at least the first step to the dream.
Definitely. Step one completed.
Facts. Going on a little personal side, what are some TV shows or movies you're watching right now, or what are some of your favorites?
I don't watch TV, but I like to watch. I watch series on like Netflix and stuff. And my favorite series that I like to watch over and over is Scandal. Have you ever heard of Scandal?
I've heard of it. I haven't ever watched it though.
Yeah, I like just trying to, like, even though it's not real, but it's kind of like teach you a little bit how the government stuff works, White House,
Right.
CIA and stuff. Like, it's a lot of confidential stuff going behind the scenes, and I just I'm really into that stuff.
Have you watched Ozark, Breaking Bad?
I haven't watched. I watched little shows of somebody else watching it, so I couldn't really get into it because I didn't know what was going on. But I've seen little clips of it.
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty intense. All right. Let's see. I mean, I asked you about Jamal Agnew, but have you talked to any of your new teammates yet?
No, I reached out to some of them on Instagram, but I think I'm waiting for some of them to add me back. But I haven't talked to any of them yet.
When are you supposed to report to the team?
Next week, Thursday.
Yeah, the
nice.
13th, I believe it is.
12th.
12.
One of the last teams to report for rookie camp.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, we've kind of asked and bounced around this the entire time, but what makes you different, and what makes you confident in yourself that you're gonna make the final 53-man roster out of 90, out of the full 90?
To be honest with you, completely honest, like I believe, like you know how you have like some athletes similar to some athletes in the draft. Like I believe like there's no athlete period, like even in the NFL right now. Like I'm very humble, but I think there's no athlete that compares even closely to me. Like even to what I could do on defense, to what I could do on special teams, it in my IQ, and then like I have great catching ability. I have great running with the ball skills. I really could play any position at a high level, and I mean, I just want to show quickly like I can impact the game, and I could really just help the team win, and really just could play anything.
I like the confidence, man. You need that, man. You got to have that confidence to succeed.
Definitely.
Especially as a cornerback.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions personally. I'm just excited to see you hit the field, man, to be honest.
Definitely.
I got one last question.
Yes, sir.
This one's just kind of a little bit random. So you're on the Jaguars now, but growing up, what was your favorite team?
And I'm glad you asked that. I'm going to be completely honest. I am a huge bandwagon. Whoever won in that season, I'm just going with them.
So you must have been a Patriots fan for a long time.
Yep, I was a Tom Brady fan for a long time with the Patriots. I was
blue
when he went there. I was a Steelers fan at one point. I was an Eagles fan when they beat Patriots that year. I was a Chiefs fan before. I just be switching.
He about to be a Jaguars fan this year.
I'm a Jaguars fan for life.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Jaguars fan now.
Hey, if you make the 53-man roster, we'll get your jersey.
Damn straight.
Definitely.
I'm excited to see you hit the field, man. I like the confidence that you bring in. I like the swag you're bringing. You talk the talk. I want to see you walk the walk, man.
Definitely. That's the goal.
I can't wait.
We'll be watching you in the preseason. Wishing you the best of luck, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Really appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good one. And we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Shabari. We definitely had fun. Shabari seems like a great guy to have on the team. Hopefully he makes the roster so we can cop a jersey. We'll be rooting for him. And yeah, you guys should too. Now, it's Jaguars time. You guys have been waiting for it all day. You don't care about anything else. You wanted to hear this. So my stubbornness bit me in the ass, and we took Trayvon Walker #1. I mean, I've been saying this for the longest time. I liked Trayvon more than most people, more than most Jaguars fans. I just obviously wanted Hutchinson more, and Hutchinson's probably going to be my defensive rookie of the year prediction, but I digress.
Oh, no, he's not mine.
I know who yours is going to be, actually. But, yeah, I was still really happy with the pick because he's a baller. He's going to put Trayvon. He's going to put Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor in a wheelchair.
In prison.
You'll put him in prison.
Welcome to the Trayvon Walker Penitentiary.
Yes, sir. And you know who's coming with him? Who?
Our first round pick that we traded up for?
Yeah, we traded up. We traded picks number 33, 106, and 180 to Tampa Bay to move up to number 27 to take guess who?
My defensive rookie of the year candidate, Devin Lloyd.
I think that's actually a really, really good bet.
Devin Lloyd.
I think Devin Lloyd's a fantastic bet for...
How he fell to 27.
I don't know. He's my 12th player in the class, bro.
How he wasn't the first linebacker taken. Like off-ball linebacker. Crazy.
Dude, when the Jags traded up, you guys probably saw my reaction video if you're watching this already, but I was about to have a seizure, dude.
When they traded up, I
was like, Balky traded up?
Well, he never does. Which he never does. And when we did do that, I was like, bro, were we talking to each other?
Yeah, we were in the group chat, or not group chat. We were
messaging each other. We traded up. We both were like, bro, it's got to be Devin Lloyd.
I know, that was our first thought. And then as I was waiting, I was filming the reaction video and everything, waiting for the pick to go through, because I was trying to keep my phone away from me because I know notifications would pop up. I'd probably get tagged in the group chat and so on. So I had my phone like angled away from me. I was like, wait, Devontae Wyatt's still on the board. Wait, George Pickens is on the board. So I was like, George Pickens, Devontae Wyatt, Devin Lloyd, George Pickens, Devontae Wyatt.
One of those three.
One of those three, and I'm running.
And boom, it was Devin Lloyd, which a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you traded up for a linebacker." It's like, I get it. I wouldn't trade up for your typical off-ball linebacker, but this guy offers pass rush upside. He's a
Walmart
he's
Micah
a ball
Parsons.
hawk. He's a ball hawk. I think he's more like a Bobby Wagner, but he's like a ball hawk, man. Like
I'm talking in like the sense that you could literally do anything with him.
Yeah, I just like as an inside linebacker though, he gets his hands on the ball, man.
I mean, he's got the length, dude.
I know, dude. I'm just saying. People were like, "Can't believe we traded up for a linebacker." Oh my god, he's 24 years old.
He's got great instincts. He's got great ball skills. He could literally line up in the dirt like Josh Allen and rush the pass. Bro, there's this one distinct play when I was watching tape that I knew Devin Lloyd was him. When he was playing against Oregon, they lined him up as an edge rusher, hand in the dirt, everything. He immediately put a spin move on, the cleanest spin move I've seen of almost any edge rusher in this entire draft class. And he didn't get a sack because they got the ball out like with the snap of your finger, but he literally beat the left tackle with a spin move as quick as you physically could win a rep. Like I saw that as an off the ball linebacker, and I knew Devin Lloyd was him.
I was like I was way more hype about that pick than I was the Trayvon Walker pick, only because I wanted Aiden Hutchinson number 1. So like when we picked Trayvon Walker, I exclaimed a F word in my house, and then when Aiden Hutchinson went next to Detroit, I exclaimed another F word in my house, and then we took Devin Lloyd, and I was hype, and all was forgiven for passing on Aiden.
Like I said, I like the Trayvon Walker pick, but I definitely like the Devin Lloyd
I don't hate Trayvon Walker. At the time, I didn't watch a lot of tape on him, to be honest. And then at the time, I was like, bro, I didn't want him. And then after we picked him, I watched like an hour's worth of Trayvon Walker tape, like yesterday or the day before.
And now you on the train, bro.
I do when Buckner and Shuey get their hands on this dude and mold him, bro, like
he's already an elite run defender,
and those are good coaches.
Yeah,
like Briston Buckner is a highly regarded coach in the league. Teach this
coaches.
guy how to rush passer. That's the only problem, is he does not have a plan or moves. He has a bull rush. That's pretty much it.
He's an elite athlete. He's an elite run defender, and he has elite upside as pass rusher. It's like,
at worst, you're getting a Jadeveon Clowney.
At worst.
That's at worst.
And honestly, we need somebody that can rush or be a run defender like that in our division.
Like Jadeveon Clowney would easily be like a top 10 Jaguars defender of all time.
Exactly. I mean, so Jadeveon Clowney didn't he get hurt badly, and that's what impacted him a lot?
He's been hurt a couple times. I don't know about badly, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't follow his career like that.
I mean, I'm excited to see Trayvon Walker, man. I honestly think he could be better as a rookie than most people. I don't know. I can't give an actual like logical description or reasoning why. I just can say I get a gut feeling that he is going to be better than people expect, and I can't really say anything more than that because that's all it is. Like, there's no valid reasoning that I can give. It's just it feels like it's going to happen. And I mean, people try to say, when was the last time the Jaguars developed a player? Cough, cough. Last year, we took Tyson Campbell from being the worst cornerback in human existence to an actual really, really good player.
Different coaching staff, but yeah.
Different coaching staff, but the point is the Jaguars have done it before.
Yeah. And then, like I said, getting Devin Lloyd, who I said offers you, who's probably a more effective pass rusher at this point than Trayvon Walker is.
And Trayvon Walker can eat up blocks and free up Devin Lloyd.
That just made it all fine at that point.
We got the best linebacker in the draft, bro. Like
we got linebacker 1 and probably my linebacker 3 probably.
My 4, but it's like the difference of like 3 players. So
yeah. So speaking of which, our first third round pick, we got Luke Fortner, a center out of Kentucky.
We've mocked him to the Jaguars for months.
I like the pick. I thought I had him more as I thought he'd be more of like a 4th rounder at the time, but some people thought he would be a 2nd rounder. So, really smart player. Really, strong, smart, decently athletic. I'm pretty sure. He pretty much, if you look at him and Brandon Linder's RAS scores, they're pretty, spot on for each other.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it works for Jaguar centers. When you started us for center, you're the center for the next 15 years, pal.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. Like we've had how many centers in our existence? Like maybe 3.
Shatley's one of them because he.
Well, I'm saying
injuries.
for who's like been like, so we had like Brad Meester for like 14 years, and then you had Brandon Linder for like 8 years. That's 22 years of center. Well, I think Linder was a guard his first year though, because I think Meester was still here.
Yeah, we drafted him as
Either
a
way,
guard.
that's 21 to 22 years of center play. We've only been a team for like what, 27 years, 28 years now.
I mean, I could see Luke Fortner being a center in this league for 12
10,
15 years.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, whatever.
I like the pick. I mean, like I said, I'm in the same
I was-
boat as you. I had him graded as like closer to a 4th rounder, but other people had him higher. And honestly,
He probably would
he's
have
a
went
good
before our
player.
4th round
So
pick. Well, yeah, we
Then-
also didn't have a 4th round pick anyway, so
yeah,
it was like, oh well, we better get our guy.
exactly. I'll let you say this one because we both liked him, but I'll admit you got me on the train.
Oh yeah, I put you on, son.
You put me on like months and months ago.
So our second, 3rd round pick at pick 70, we
this one got some
drafted
people worked up.
stupidly. We drafted a guy who shouldn't have been there, in my opinion, to take linebacker out of Wyoming, old Chad Muma, who's a beast.
He's
a freaking
so good.
beast.
Like I said, he's linebacker 3/4.
He's a beast.
I
just
mean,
don't get. He should not have been there, in my opinion. I thought he would go in the 2nd round for sure.
it's a crazy good value pick. And my thing, I've been saying this because everybody's like, you didn't take a weapon for Trevor Lawrence. You didn't take a receiver. You didn't take this. You didn't do that. Why are you taking so many linebackers? My thing is this. There's a certain point where if there's 2 players that are both relatively good, like maybe one player A is better than player B, but you need player B. You could take player B because they're both still good players, but you don't reach for a mediocre or bad player because you need it. Just take good players and figure it out later.
For instance, the only receiver at 70 we probably could have taken was Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert, in my opinion, is probably ranked around that spot or maybe a little later. Chad Muma is a top 50 player in the draft. I'm not passing on a top 50 player in the draft to draft a mid to late 3rd round receiver. It's not doing that.
Exactly. Like, if George Pickens was there, then whether how you feel about his head case or not, whatever I'm saying, like as a player, then you can make an argument, yes. But you don't reach for a mediocre or bad player because you need a receiver. The Jaguars admittedly noted that they did not like the receiver depth in this class, so they didn't reach for one.
Once Alec Pierce went, I don't even want to talk about it. Once Alec Pierce,
and they got my guy. They got my guy at tight end, your guy at receiver. Like
once Alec Pierce went, I was over it.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't even care if we draft a receiver at this point anymore. I kind of wanted Khalil Shakir, but that would have been, 5th round.
I wanted Sky Moore still, but he went like 2 picks later. So
yeah, so I was like, once Alec Pierce was gone for me, I was just like, man, I don't even care.
Yeah, it's like we're the Jaguars. We need good players. Take the good player, take the value player, and figure it out later. I don't care if we took 3 linebackers. Even
it's easy to figure out. Easy.
You know what I hated? I hated how the media was immediately tweeting that we took 3 linebackers out of our first 4 picks. It's like one of them is an edge rusher, okay? Let's get that right. And second of all, so in base 3-4, we'll have 2 inside linebackers, Alukin and Lloyd probably. But there's they could do plenty of packages to get all 3 on the field.
Yes, and nickel, you throw Trayvon Walker down on the line. You throw Devin Lloyd to the other edge spot, put Muma in the center. It works. You play nickel.
You could literally run 4-3.
Yes, which they said we would have multiple. We would be multiple this year. Base 3-4, but be multiple.
This gives us the talent to play literally anything and do any type of front you want. Like our front 7 is freakishly talented right now.
In a 4-3, you could put Muma in the center. You could put Aluakin at will, and then put Lloyd at Sam, because Sam is the one that usually rushes.
Yeah, I think Lloyd could be a freakishly good will too.
Yeah, I just think that Foye translates more as a will than anything else.
Yeah, I understand that.
He has that Telvin Smith build. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, bro, our linebacking core is stacked. Our defensive line is stacked. Like our front 7 is so good.
Right. Point being, at the end of the day, you can figure it out.
Exactly.
It's not hard to figure out.
Take good players. You're a bad team. You need good players.
All right. On to the next.
We traded number 157 and number 235 to Tampa. Right, we traded again with Tampa. I realized that for a 2023 fourth-round pick. They hit a certain point in the draft where they were just like, okay,
We don't need all these picks.
we're like, we don't need all these picks, and they probably didn't care too much for the
Well,
depth in the draft.
What I think they said was they were going to take. Okay, they ended up trading 188 and 198 for 154 to get Snoop Connor, who they were said that they were going to take at 157. So they got offered the trade by Tampa first, and then they doubled back to trade up with, I forget who it was, to get pick 154 so they could take Connor anyway, as well as get the fourth-round pick. So that's pretty decent maneuvering for Balky, in my opinion.
Yeah,
If that's a guy, I mean, I don't agree with the pick per se, but if that was your guy and you did what you had to do to get your guy, then more power to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Who am I? I don't get paid to make the pick, so.
Snoop Connor was probably the worst pick in our draft, in my opinion. He's a fine player. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player.
It just wasn't. It didn't move the needle for me.
I didn't have him as a draftable player just because he's a running back, and when you consider all the other running backs, it's kind of how it goes. But like, he's a fine player, and I'm sure he'll have a decent role for the team.
It's a fifth-round pick. There were better running backs available.
I wanted Sally or Kennard, bro.
Right, I did too. Once you get to the 5th, 6th, 7th round, it's just like at that point you're just shooting, you're throwing shit at a wall, hoping something sticks at that point.
I cannot believe Salyer went in the 6th, dude. This is
something had to be wrong with him. There had to be something in the medicals.
It's another Trey Smith, dude. Like Trey Smith.
Something had to be in the medicals.
Trey Smith fell to the 6th round last year. I remember begging for Trey Smith for like 3 rounds, and that happened again this year with Salyer. I was like, please, Salyer, please, Salyer, please, Salyer.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Unfortunately not. He went to the Chargers, which just like Trey Smith went to the Chiefs last year.
Right.
Yeah,
and then at 197 in the 6th round, we took Greg Jr. at a Ouachita Baptist.
First ever draft pick out of that school.
Who I watched film on. I watched a whole game of this guy on YouTube because they had a game on there. I think he looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's a developmental player.
He's exactly what you want from a small school guy. You want to see them dominate on the field. And for a corner to dominate on the field, he gave up 1 touchdown in the game that I saw, but mind you, the game was 20-0 at that point. It was pretty much going to be over. But up to that point, he allowed nothing. Like no completions. They barely targeted him. And when they did, he was batted away. He seemed like a good tackler. He's got the dreads. He's got the 6 foot height. He's got the 27 on. I was like, bro, that's Rasheem Mathis right there, bro.
And when you look at his RAS score, they are eerily similar. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Their 40s are both pretty good in the 4.4s. But then their 10-yard splits are both terrible. And
yeah, it's crazy how like similar his RAS was to Rasheem Mathis, and he wore 27, and he looked like him on the field. I was just like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, but he's a developmental player. I mean,
yeah.
Again,
special teams probably.
Again, another player where it's like probably could have gone in a better direction, but it's like after further review, I don't hate the pick like I did initially.
If I never have to see Claybrooks on the field again, it's worth it.
Exactly. And then with the final pick, one of my favorite picks in the draft, we took Monteric Brown out of Arkansas, another cornerback, because everybody's like, "Why are you taking so many cornerback and linebackers?" That's
Monteric Busta Brown to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think he's going to be a safety.
Personally. I mean, yeah, I think he could honestly be fine either way. He ran a 4.
His 40 doesn't. It doesn't meet my threshold.
It doesn't meet your threshold to be like a top tier corner, but like if he could be a CB4 or like
a
nickel,
I mean, I'm sure he could do that. I'm sure he's a guy that I think would be a better safety, but he gives you some flexibility to also play corner.
Exactly. I think he could be a pretty damn good nickel.
Yeah.
Like outside, sure. Outside, that's where the issue would lie.
If people don't know, my threshold for corners 40s to make you a good to elite, like you have to run like 4.47 or better, in my opinion. It's like sub 4.5. If you don't run sub 4.5 as a corner, I'm not taking you in the first round, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 7th round pick, and I think I had him graded. I think he was a steal. I had him graded way higher. I think he can play ball. I think he has great ball skills. I think
first team all SEC.
You could line him up in the nickel, and I think he could ball out. I think he'll compete for that nickel spot if Darius Williams underperforms again. I know he's getting paid a lot of money, but I digress.
It's crazy to me that a first team all SEC corner was in the 7th round.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
he had 5 picks.
He could play ball.
What did he had? He had 5 picks, and wasn't he 3rd according to PFF in passer rating versus in man coverage?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Like, sure, he might not be able to play outside because of his speed and athleticism, but he can play in the nickel and he can play safety. I think you could get a good player out of him in those 2 spots, whatever you want to do with him.
Yeah, I forget the one game I was watching of him, but he ended up getting torched on a deep route.
But it's like
I think it was Ole Miss. He got.
Oh yeah, Ole Miss.
He got like it was. I don't know if it was Drummond or not. I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Drummond, but he ended up getting. I think it was on a hitch and go or stop and go. Right. I think he just bit, and then at that point he didn't have the recovery speed.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's not perfect, and there's a reason why he didn't go like crazy early. But I think he's immediately going to compete on this team, whether it's at safety or nickel corner. Because, again, I know a lot of people like him, but the jury's still out on Darius Williams for me because of how he performed last year. Plus, he's never played in the nickel. So we'll see how that goes. But I think Monteric Brown is going to have a spot on this roster, and I think he was a steal in the 7th round. I think he was one of the best.
He's going to have to cut his teeth on special teams, probably.
I think if we're ranking picks based off value, Devin Lloyd would be number 1. Then number 2 would probably be Monteric Brown or Trayvon Walker, and then Trayvon Walker or Monteric Brown would be 3. Like they're interchangeable at 2/3 to me. Like given grand scheme value.
I think Chad Muma would be number 2 for me.
Oh wait, Chad Muma. I'm dumb. Chad Muma's number 2.
Yeah, and then Trayvon would be 3 for me, and then Monteric Brown.
Trayvon / Monteric is 3/4 because I had Trayvon Walker as my 5th overall player. He went number 1, so it's probably Trayvon. And then I had Monteric Brown as like a 4th or 5th rounder, and he went in like the 7th. So,
indeed.
Then Greg Jr. and Snoop Connor can.
Yeah, whatever. I like Greg Jr. more. I mean, honestly, I agree with you.
His name passes the test.
If I had to pick a worst pick for the team, it probably would be Snoop Connor. Even though Bengals said it was Monteric Brown.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that at all, but I digress.
But he didn't say like he was bad. He said like
he
liked our draft overall, but he had to pick somebody.
He saw him being like the least impactful guy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some undrafted free agents.
One last thing, you can't looking back at last year's final game of the season and watching Armstead run. I don't see how Snoop Connor is better than him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
personally,
Snoop Connor, his vision's a little. It's
nothing
just special.
Yeah.
His vision's not bad.
I will say he probably wouldn't have had that pass clank off his hands and get intercepted if it was him catching the ball though, because he's got pretty good hands.
Yeah, for sure. That play pissed me the bleep off. Like, dude, I was literally celebrating the play before. I was so hyped, and then I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Raquel Armstead. He's on the field."
And then,
boom, right in his hands.
Yeah, I will say that Snoop Connor probably catches that ball because he had some pretty like crazy catches as a running back, like in traffic and shit.
Yeah, I know. Like I probably tweeted one of them. It was like a almost hit the ground in contact and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, he's not a bad player. He's just nothing special to me.
We'll see. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, just based off my analysis. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now let's talk about some undrafted free agents. We'll just run through these.
Run through them, then we'll hit the highlights of the good ones that we
care about.
Think will do something and that we care about.
Israel Antwine out of Oklahoma State, defensive tackle. Kevin Austin, receiver out of Notre Dame.
Save number 4 for last.
Do what?
Save the 4th one for last.
Okay. Shabari Davis, we had our interview with him earlier, cornerback out of Southeast Missouri State. Nick Ford, guard out of Utah. Benhe Franklin, cornerback out of Tarleton State. Grayson Gunter, tight end out of Southern Mississippi. He can kick rocks. His RAS score made me feel disgusted.
Jesus.
Sean Mahone, safety out of West Virginia. Same goes for him. Andrew Mevis, kicker out of Iowa State. Dude's got a cannon leg. Grant Morgan, linebacker out of Arkansas. You guys might want to avoid his Twitter. Denzel Okafor, offensive line out of Texas. Jarrett, is it Garrett or Jarrett?
I think it's Garrett.
Garrett Prince, tight end out of Alabama Birmingham. Marcus Tatum, offensive line out of Central Florida. Josh Thompson, cornerback out of Texas. And Lawan Winningham, wide receiver out of
I still need to watch film on Luwan Winningham.
There is I literally
like
Googled a highlight tape. That's all I could find.
Yeah, it's probably hard.
It's because it's like their tape. It's like they're like a high school, bro.
We drafted a player out of Central Arkansas once back in 2010. I want to say it was a pass rusher. Can I remember his name?
Crazy. But yeah, we'll talk about a couple. First off, Kevin Austin is like a steal.
Oh, and last.
Oh yeah,
but definitely not least,
our boy,
friend of the pod,
Desean
Dixon
from Norfolk State.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, one of our hidden gems. Actually got signed by our team. All three of the hidden gems we did got signed by the teams.
Tanner Connor went to the Dolphins.
Yeah, and then I cannot remember where the corner went. Daryl Baker Jr. I don't know where he went to.
I forget where he went.
I can't remember where he got signed to.
Yeah, Desean Dixon came down to
Duval.
Yeah,
Desean Dixon got signed. We were sure to send out our congratulatory text to him. He seems like he's pretty excited and ready to go.
We're definitely gonna have him back on sometime.
Let him make the 53, bro.
Yes, please.
I'm getting that jersey all day long.
Dude, I'm getting it too. Nah, bro. When Shabari and Dixon make the roster and we get to cop 2 jerseys.
I don't care. I'm doing it.
Hell yeah. Let's go,
I'm doing
Jags.
That. And I'm getting Chad Muma. And I'm getting Chad Muma because he was one of my guys before the draft.
We both have our lists of guys that if they get drafted by the Jaguars, we're getting their jersey. Yeah. I didn't have any of my guys get drafted by us.
So I might have to get 3 jerseys, bro.
When was the last time you bought a jersey?
I bought one a long time. The last jersey that was bought for me was a he who must not be named former cornerback jersey. And is now subsequently. I don't know where it is, to be honest.
You got to fill that closet in, bro.
I don't buy jerseys because players leave all the time.
Well, too bad now.
But I'll definitely buy them for my dogs.
Yes, sir. Our dogs. All right.
Yeah. Did you already say EJ Perry?
Oh yeah, we also signed EJ Perry afterwards. Quarterback. He's pretty damn athletic.
And then a couple more guys down here too.
Oh yeah,
Joshua Flowers.
Joshua Flowers out of HBCU.
Winston-Salem State. That's in my home state of North Kakalaki.
North Kakalaki.
Yes,
and we signed DB Eugene Ford out of Hawaii football.
A lot of DBs, dude.
Dude, Eugene Ford seemed hype to get signed by the Jaguars. You saw that video on Twitter?
I saw that video, yeah.
I tweeted, I was like, anybody this excited to be a Jaguar gets a pass from me.
Those are the kind of guys that you root for. It makes it easy to root for them, and you hope to make the team.
I know it sucks because I'm rooting for so many of these undrafted free agents, and it's like only so many can actually make it.
Hey, man, if it gets Clay Brooks off the squad, Trey Herndon off the squad, I know some people are preying on Dewey Winger's downfall, but they can all kiss my ass. I'd rather get Rayshawn out of here.
Kevin Austin is like the dream undrafted free agent signing. I think Kevin Austin out of everybody has the best shot to make the final 53. I think it's almost a lock with how much money he was given as well. I mean,
they really wanted him, and he's everything you would want. He's everything this team doesn't have from a size and a speed standpoint.
I mean,
although it's funny, he comped to DJ Chark and Zay Jones, which is funny.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But
a guy we got rid of and a guy we signed.
He's got all the talent in the world. He's got the size, the athleticism.
Yeah, he's got the height, weight, speed to be like the team's X if he could develop.
And he put out good tape. He just, I guess there were some.
It was injuries. He got suspended for, what was it, violating team rules or some crap.
Brian Kelly.
Yeah, he got hurt. He only had 1 year's worth of tape, and he was mainly a 9-ball guy.
I mean, he cooked Kobe Bryant
He was a 9-ball guy, and then, dude, on some of the plays I saw where he was catching some of them over the middle, man, he had some juice, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Get upfield quick.
The dude can play ball.
Didn't he have like a 9.8, 9.9 RAS score?
Yeah, it was like 9.9 something.
Yeah, it was up to 9.93, I think is what it was.
Yeah, 9.93, I believe.
He's
Yeah, I mean,
cooking.
I think he's gonna make the roster. Like we said, we already talked about Shabari Davis. We already talked about Desean Dixon. Nick Ford is like a mauler guard, but he's like really like.
He's like a center, isn't he? Also, he's a center
like
for Utah.
Center / guard. I think he sucks, but he's got some. He's got the aggressiveness you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I watched Garrett Prince tape. He's a converted wide receiver. He looks a lot faster on the field than his 40 time, which was a 4.77.
I hope Garrett Prince
his blocking
because he put out some pretty good tape as a receiving tight end. He just doesn't pass my test, and I'm a stubborn guy, so.
It's also hard to make a team as a tight end if you're not that great at blocking, and he's not that great at blocking, but he does give effort, at least. But he just doesn't, he's small for a tight end.
He's trying to go against these. Get in the weight room.
Yeah, trying to go against these, 260 plus, 270 plus, 80 plus defensive ends. It ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for him, but he doesn't pass my RAS test, so I'm stubborn. So I don't think he'll amount to much.
He doesn't meet your threshold.
Doesn't meet my threshold to for me to believe in him. Doesn't mean I won't root for him. I just don't believe in him.
There you go. I don't believe in you, Garrett Prince. If you're watching this,
Garrett, I'm really sorry.
I guess we're never gonna get him on the pod.
Hey, he ignored my DM, bro.
Yeah, he probably knows you don't believe. I watched your tape. I believe.
Josh Thompson out of Texas would be a good special teamer. I thought he could have gotten drafted. Lawan Winningham, like I said, this dude's got like high school tape.
Big body.
Marcus Tatum, Central Florida. He played for UCF, so he can get the hell out of my face.
That's not true. Be quiet. We don't care about schools when they get drafted.
You're right. Denzel Okafor, I have no idea who he is, to be quite frank.
Someone on the TL was saying that he could possibly make the team. He apparently was pretty decent at Texas, but I don't know.
Grant Morgan, dude's like short. He ran like a 4.8.
He's terrible.
Something,
he's terrible.
And he's racist on Twitter, so it's like
he's terrible.
That's like honestly my least favorite signing of all of them is probably Grant Morgan, to be quite frank.
He's terrible. In other news, we have finally exercised
Josh Allen's
5th-year option. Thank God.
They did it the day before the draft just to get us all.
I never had any doubts. Never wavered. Always knew that Balky would come through.
Yes, sir. Bulky masterclass, but we are bulky fans now.
I mean, yeah, I don't hate the guy, but I don't say a fan is a strong word. I don't hate the guy like everybody else does.
You're right.
I don't think he's done much bad for us in his 2 years of being GM. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a changed dude. Like he traded.
I don't hold him responsible for picking ETN at 25. I felt that was fully Urban, but being like, I need somebody.
He traded him. He traded up in the draft. He spent heavy in free agency. He's like doing everything opposite.
Yeah, everything that people said, people said that he wasn't this year in the offseason. He wasn't budget bulky. He wasn't I only trade back bulky. He just wasn't that guy. He seems in like even in like the conferences and stuff like a whole new person. It's kind of crazy. Like he was not smiling and joking around like this last year when Urban was here at all. Like go back if you don't believe me, go back and watch the press conferences when Urban got hired.
I mean, I love
Go back and watch him. He was not like this.
Love it.
I mean, hell, man. What if this is what we needed? We needed the super, like the NFL anti-hero to come in and galvanize this franchise out of the fucking dumpster. That's what it took. That's what we needed to do. Of course, it would be this guy to do it. He would be the one. Of course. Why not, right?
That's true, bro. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. A couple other things. The team released Brandon Murphy and Elijah Sullivan, so R.I.P. the Kurt Warner movie guy.
Yeah.
We've been allocated DB
Oyalola
through the NFL's International Pathway Program. And finally, we re-signed Adam Gotsis.
My guy.
Our guy.
My guy.
Our guy. You almost forgot about him in our re-sign list.
Yeah, but I was a big fan of him during the season.
So was I, pal.
He should start. I don't care what anybody says.
He's our guy.
Sure.
Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. It's a really long one. We had a great time. Hope you guys
No
enjoyed.
questions?
We don't have time for those. We'll catch up with those next week.
Oh my lord. Sorry, Patrick, if you put one in.
Patrick did. You can ask some more questions next week, and we'll get to them.
All right.
Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Later.